The first 8 minutes of the game, we kind of practiced the way we played, or played the way we practiced the past 2 days. We haven't practiced real well. Very sloppy offensively the last couple of days in practice. And, I told them they played hard the last 2 days in practice. It was just very sloppy on both ends. Our defensive transition drills in practice yesterday weren't good. And, and they knew it. We talked about it. But the last 32 minutes of the game, we were pretty good defensively and rebounding. We were really good. We woke up a little bit after a couple timeouts. We were just very careless with the ball. We still turned the ball over a little bit too much, but again, the last 32 minutes, we passed the ball much better. I attribute it to a couple things, not practicing well the last 2 days, but also I think it took us a little while to kind of get used to their style of play. We haven't played anybody quite like the way they play. And once we adjusted to it a little bit, guys we didn't play too bad.
How serious were those timeouts?
First one was, it was just a timeout. All right, this is what's happening. We got to correct the, Second one was more of a motivating timeout. I'd had seen enough because what the problem was, things we haven't been seeing. The carelessness with the ball and then getting beat off the dribble. I mean, we were just getting with no protection. So when I saw those things continue, that I knew, all right, this is not us. We haven't seen this. All right, and I need to get their attention a little bit. And, we kind of woke up from there and played well. And, I love the way we passed the ball. We had some guys do some good things. And, again, last 32 minutes, played really well, really good basketball.
Well, you mentioned that you must be happy with the way they responded.
I was happy with the way they responded, yes. I mean, because I'm telling you, they're a really good, I told our team, first 8 minutes, if you allow Central Arkansas to shoot baskets, if you allow them to go one-on-one, allow them to shoot, they're going to make shots. Now, I think the last 32 minutes, we made them miss. We actually made them miss shots. Our defense first 8 minutes was just, I hope they miss. We made them miss the last 32 minutes. So yeah, I like the way they responded. Yeah, they responded, and they also just adjusted to it as well.
Travis, LeBron kind of admitted a weakness in his game is sometimes he plays to the level of the competition. Mm-hmm. Is this a good lesson game? Simply because Central Arkansas is not a big name, but they're not bad. They're pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, it's funny, and he's right. I'm glad he admits it. I guess as they say, your first thing to correcting a problem is admitting it. So, we talked about this late last night as a staff. Do we think our guys are ready? You always have that, and because this game, we've been off 7-8 days. They have too, but. And our coach said, no, I think they really respect them because we have pumped this team up. We've showed them a lot of tape on this team, how they score, different things like that. And I thought they were. I did. I thought we'd come out better than we did. But in the back of my mind, I was a little concerned because the last 2 days of how we practiced.
Your schedule was front-loaded in a lot of ways. You had the Puerto Rico trip.
Right out of the bat, it was very, yes.
Now you got this little stretch here where names aren't quite so familiar. Is that human nature, maybe? Just 2 games in a row where you kind of came out and had to give them a little kick in the pants during 10 minutes to get them going.
Yeah, it's probably human nature, but you would hope as a coach you get your team ready to go. But also it's a little bit of youth too. We've got some young guys out there, who, and coming out of the bat, you're playing the teams, Tennessee, North Carolina State, and you're playing those teams right out of the bat. So I guess, but no, we've the history of how I coach them, we usually prepare and get ready for every team as if it's a championship type game. This is the first game we've come out like we've come out as far as just really. Now, we've had some last game, second half, we kind of came out like that, but we had a 21-point lead. It's unacceptable to even come out like that, but it was. But, we've been starting fairly strong against Missouri State. We started strong, different teams. So, yeah, it was a little concerning. But with that said, and we can sit here and talk about it and make excuses for it, and that's basically what I'm sitting here doing. We would rather play games. Our practices aren't. We just don't have a lot of bodies. We're not getting a whole lot done in practice. We're really not. I said that from day. Practices aren't competitive the way I like. Our competition comes from 3-on-3 and 4-on-4. That's where the competition comes from, and that's not knocking anybody else. Practices are a lot of game planning, and for 7 days, that's a lot of practices for trying to prepare for a game. You know, kind of like in Puerto Rico, where we were just playing games. You know, so hopefully we can continue to get some guys healthy, Brian Williams and Socek, so practices become even more competitive, so we get more out of them. But this was a difficult week for us for a lot of reasons. We're not getting enough done in practice right now.
I know inside you guys aren't talking about this, but outside people are already talking about the Gonzaga game.
No.
Are you just trying to block that out?
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many questions I've gotten on Gonzaga. I'm like, guys, we had 3 games before we played Gonzaga. I mean, that, it was getting a lot of notoriety what Mr. Pickens did for us and things like that, which is wonderful and great. But, everybody's been wanting to talk about that. And, that's so far from, that game seems so far away right now. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
What do you think of Alex's 3 today?
Oh, that was great, wasn't it? It was great to see the reaction from the crowd and the players and things like that. And I just talked to, John Hogan on the radio. I said, those guys, Alex deserves it. Those guys practice harder than probably the other guys practice, really do, because most guys who don't play a lot or don't even practice a lot, they usually don't even get to practice. Our guys, I mean, if we didn't have him, we couldn't even practice. I mean, Alex is in there for nonstop. He's the scout team. He's helped running our offense where we need, Ford Stewart and Mason Cox and, Christian Sager. And, Christian got there and really played well, but, we knew he could do that. He's ready to go and we need him. But it's great to see Mason Cox rebound. It's great to see Ford score. It's great to see Alex score because they deserve it. I mean, you wouldn't believe how hard they practice and how they go about it every day and what we ask them to do. And it's not normal for guys in their positions to have to do what they have to do. I mean, and they don't get to play, So very proud of them, very happy for them, and I'm glad our guys were excited for them. That just, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm glad that they got to play and they got to do well. No, I really am. I wish they could play more. So.
He passed up a layup.
Who did? Alex did?
Passed it off on a break.
Oh, did they?
Kind of came back around.
I don't even remember that. I think what happens when they all get in there, they all want each other to score. so they're all passing up shots, and they kind of feel bad to shoot because they know everybody wants to score. But it was good that, again, he makes them in practice. He works extremely hard, and again, those guys, I wish they could play more. They deserve it. So.
Everybody good?
Thanks, guys. Thank you.